We have a new look at how small businesses are faring in this economy. Senior economics reporter Steve Leisman joins us with the latest NFIB survey. Hey, Steve.
Morning, Joe. Yeah, the NFIB Small Business Optimism Index falling for the third straight month, giving back most of the initial gains from the election of President Trump. You can see here the National Federation of Independent Business saying their optimism index dropping 3.3 points to 97.4. That's the biggest monthly decline since June 2022. The index remains above where it was in October, but well below its December peak. 7 of the 10 components falling, most notably the job creation plans. That's one we have to watch out for. The expectations for higher real sales declining. Plans to raise prices did go up, and minus 16, or down a net percent of 21% who expect the economy to improve. That's the third consecutive monthly decline, the largest since December 2020. We're watching these employment numbers. Plans to increase employment dropping to its lowest level since April 2024. That could reflect how a decline in sentiment might show up in the real economy with less hiring. It may also reflect difficulty in finding workers. There are now multiple business surveys looking like they did either at the start of the pandemic or before the Fed launched its big rate hikes in 2022 to cool the economy. So that seems how businesses processing all these tariffs is a pretty massive break of uncertainty and a break on economic activity, at least until the situation is more clear. Joe, just a note, these are Trump's people, this NFIB crowd who does these things. They didn't like Biden at all. They shot up when Trump was elected. The other thing is, I wonder if there's a miscalculation here on his part, because these small businesses can't do what Tim Cook's doing. They can't look around and go from like, oh, I was in China, oh, now I'll go to India. They don't have that option as a small business.
Right. Since the beginning of time, I don't think you could say that tariffs were necessarily what these people would like. You know what I mean? We shouldn't really use these people, but I see what you're saying. You know what I mean? Usually the other side that like tariffs. So I don't think it's really it's not hard to understand. I don't know who's really 100% behind tariffs. Well, it's hard to find business owners. I mean, Milton Friedman, yeah, Ronald Reagan. I mean, I got the quotes.
Elizabeth Warren, she was talking about how terrible these tariffs are.
Well, I figured she'd like them. She's wrong about everything else, but
apparently,
you know what I mean?
Apparently, yeah. you're from the far left if you don't like tariffs. Look, I mean, I get it. I get that there needs to be somehow to address these places where the
that's no longer true. Who do you think? Why do you think these things are getting written now? Wall Street. In public and private, the biggest names in high finance are trying to get a message to President Trump.
No, that's fair.
Stop the markets. Those aren't far left.
No, that's
liberals.
right. I agree.
Yeah.
You know, Joe,
it's on the cover of every paper today.
Yeah. The funniest thing I saw was, and this gets to how do you value companies in this world? J.P. Morgan, it was such a shock, such a fast shock. J.P. Morgan put out a worksheet for its investors to use to value companies with the new tariffs because nobody's had time to do it. So it said, folks, we couldn't do this in all this time. You can do this at home, though. And it gave this whole spreadsheet where you could plug in the numbers for each company. And that's where we're at right now, is this interesting discovery process.
Thank God.
Correlative formula as we saw for the tariff.
That's where they got that on AI, supposedly. That's the rumor. But thank God AI came along just in time to negotiate. You know, to take Japan's average tariff rate of 4.3% and get to 46 is not easy. You got to do some reverse engineering to do that.